Happy International Women's Day. I'm so excited about this Women's Day. I'm trying to share the life as always. So, you're welcome. Today is such an interesting day. Today is Women's Day. So, let me send it to our guests. Okay. Okay. You're welcome. I just have to send the link to a couple of people that is supposed to be here. Okay, be right back. Okay. Okay. Hello, you are welcome to our live. Welcome, 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 and welcome. Guys, you're welcome. Please share as you come. Today's topic is very interesting. We're talking about soul tile. So share, like, and if you've not subscribed, subscribe as you come. It's going to be a very interesting topic today. So please, there are people that should be here. You need to send it to them. So you're welcome, guys. Say hello, hello. Happy International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day to all the beautiful women out there. God bless you. You know, today is especially for us women. It's not easy to be a woman. It's to be strong, collected, put together. It's not easy. It's not easy. So we're waiting for our guests to come. I've sent her the troubleshoot already, so she should be here in a little bit. So if you're new, please like and subscribe. So yeah, Oh, meanwhile, let me share this to this person. Let me keep sharing. Mm, okay. Hello, you're welcome. Happy International Women's Day. So I'm waiting for our guest to join. We're waiting for our guest to come. Okay, so yeah, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're good to go. What's going on today? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, so before our guests come, I'm just going to talk about being a woman. You know, let's use this Women's Day to have a reflection. Let's support ourselves. Let's take care of ourselves. I think that should be the essence of Women's Day. Just taking that time out to just pamper yourself. Nobody can do it better than you. So just take the time out to pamper yourself. Pamper yourself. It's Women's Day and you are a woman. Hello.
Hi, I'm trying to set up my good morning.
Good morning, my queen. How are you? Uh, uh, is it network? Okay.
Mm.
Are you there now?
My stand just got broken, so I'm trying to see how I can.
Manage. Oh, that's not fair.
I tell you, so I'm just trying to see how I can set it up in a way that
You can
everybody will be able
manage
to see
all.
me.
You look
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Same as you. I'm seeing you in a different light today.
Ah, I said today is Women's Day. And if I'm
Right?
not looking fine, how do I not come to tell people go and take care of yourself when
Right. So you have to show up and show out.
I have to show up just a little bit, just a little bit, not so much, not so much, but just a little bit. But you
Okay.
look absolutely stunning.
Thank you, love. You look beautiful too. Happy International Women's
Happy
Day.
International Women's Day. Meanwhile, I sent you I followed you on Instagram because I didn't know your page, funny enough. So I think you
Oh,
should follow back before I verse and go back there.
you look stunning today.
Thank you.
Just
Sorry?
coming like this. I said you look stunning today. So be coming like this every day.
Yes, mommy. I will do my best to look absolutely stunning all the time. How are you? What does Women's Day mean to you?
Same here. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, what does Women's Day mean to you? Did you share
Oh,
the
what?
life already? Oh, okay. Because
You
people
said
were
what?
actually coming. I got like maybe 10 people earlier, but
Okay.
because we didn't start, they were going and coming. So, yeah, I'm sure they're going to join. But let's just start.
We're here. We're here. We're here.
We're
Ready to.
here, people. We are here.
They
Well, we have two people, so it's okay. They will come.
will come. Yeah.
They will come.
Yes.
What does Women's Day mean to you? Does it help your feminism? What does it mean to you?
Okay. So women as a whole, we don't get the daily appreciation that we need, right? Aside Mother's Day, everybody is doing this, doing that, which is only once a year.
Mhm.
I feel like as a woman, we should be celebrated every day, every day. Like one of the things I love about my daughter is she wakes up every morning and she's like, "Mommy, thank you for being an awesome mother." So
Oh,
I feel like if every woman gets that kind of appreciation, it's going to add a lot of it's going to help us a whole lot with everything that we do. So
mm,
International Women's Day, aside celebrating women, we also look at the problems facing being a woman, like the rape, um, workplace bullying, and a lot of other things that if if the community come together to focus on these things and bring meaning and help women to overcome most of
mm,
these challenges, I feel women would do a lot more than we're already doing.
yeah,
Yeah. So Women's Day just gives me a time to reflect, on how amazing and important we are to this world. Imagine if there was no woman in the world, it will be terrible,
yeah.
but horrible. So yeah.
Horrible! There will be so much disorganization.
Exactly. So that's Women's Day means a whole lot to me. I mean, it's. I always wake up on the right side of the bed every time it's Women's Day.
Wow. I'm happy. And funny enough, we didn't know it was Women's Day today when we fixed it for today.
Yes, we didn't know. It was just a beautiful coincidence. I woke up this
Yeah.
morning. Oh, it's Women's Day,
Yeah.
and we have a program today, man. That's a whole lot.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
a bit excited, yeah, and very optimistic about what we're going to do here today.
Yeah. I think like you earlier said, women don't
Yeah.
I think women don't get the credit they deserve. you know.
Yeah.
A lot of times you see a woman and she's just all over the place,
Mhm.
and you'll be asking, why is she like that? It's you, motherfucker, you. But I'm just
You,
I
you
wanted to say, there's this TikTok thing where you say, I don't know why my mom is always mad at me. And the woman go, it is you, motherfucker. You.
I mean, women are super. But we don't just give ourselves enough credit. We are super.
True.
We don't
True.
give
We
us.
don't.
Yeah, we don't.
And I wish, you know what, I'll stop cutting you because my kid brother called me on the phone. I was like, she was speaking so well. Why were you interrupting her? I was learning. I said,
Don't worry. Tell him that we're going to do a whole lot of talking, so he should get his pen and paper ready.
he said, I was learning. I'm sure he's here too. I was
Okay.
learning.
Mm.
He said, you keep interrupting her. She's a bunch of wisdom. I said, I told her that she's a bunch of wisdom. He said, no, but you keep interrupting her. Stop it. I said, I'm sorry, sir. I will
Sorry,
not do it again.
apologize.
So please, I won't be cutting you before he sends me a message. That boy does not have joy. He's the only
Abby?
one that can talk to me.
Wow. That's how they are.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's so authoritative. Just he
Yeah.
said, you're interrupting her. Let her
Mm.
speak. And
Mm.
I had to
Yeah.
go back to watch it. I saw that, oh, okay, there were times you weren't done, and I just kept going and going. So
Oh,
yeah, I think I did that. So today I'm going to give you the floor. Like
how old is he?
I'm just going to be representing women while you talk to us.
Right. How old is your kid brother?
He's 25.
Oh, okay. Not so kid brother. So he has to learn.
Oh, he is. When we were growing up, the boy he's just such a unique human being. When we were
Awesome.
growing up, he
Mm.
he bought how to take care of your hoo-ha. He
Wow.
was he was barely 10,
Wow.
and he bought it for we were four girls. He bought it for the four of us.
Awesome. He's
Uh,
awesome.
yes, and when we saw the book, it had like this thing in it, like hoo-ha, drone, and we were like, Paul, did you read it? He said yes, that they were selling it in school for the girls. They said all the girls should buy it. They are giving it to them. So he told them that he has four sisters, they should give him.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, so he's always been like
Hmm.
he wants to know more. He's very inquisitive. I'm sure if he's here, he will be shy.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great.
He's very inquisitive. He wants to
That's,
know. He's eager to learn.
that's great.
Yeah. So, well, me, I feel that, women today, they should take their time to go out, pamper
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
It's not everything Jesus will do for you. I know you'll be like,
Ah,
God on the pamper. He has done his part. He has
oh,
died on the cross. It's now for you to take care of yourself.
exactly.
It does not matter how. If you might say, oh, I don't have the capacity or the financial, I'm financial restricted, but then you can still do something.
I
You
mean,
can
there are
still,
places here where you can go to eat fish, drink a bottle of beer or whatever brand you take.
yeah.
Yeah. That's you just doing something for yourself.
Hmm.
You are by yourself gives you a kind of empowerment that no other person can give you. Your
True.
child, your husband, your partner, brother or sister cannot give you that empowerment. Or you just take yourself out. If it's one slippers that is 3,500 naira,
Hmm.
buy it for you. So you tell yourself, gold pen, I bought it for myself on Women's Day. You understand?
Yeah.
Or this, I got it for myself on Women's Day. Just appreciate yourself. We don't, the problem with us is we wait to be appreciated.
True. And that time I never come.
We're not doing enough.
Hmm.
But if the moment you clean up your house and your house looks sparkling, and you tell yourself, wow, I did something good today, you know, tomorrow you finish a task and you're like, you jot it down. Today I finished my task. I'm a superwoman. it builds up your self confidence. You
True.
understand? Look at yourself 1 year from that time where you started appreciating yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see that growth is has skyrocketed, and there's nothing anybody can tell you that will put you down. You'd be
True.
like, "That's who I am. I know who I am. I have the conviction of who I am as a woman, as
Mm-hmm.
a mom, sister, as a lover, as a wife, as a worker, as a business person." You understand?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Women's Day is a day for us to really sit down and reflect on ourselves and how far we've come.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you something. There's
Mm,
something I normally do then,
yeah.
when in Abuja then.
Hmm.
What I do when it's special day, like if it's a special day, and I know that I didn't have anybody that I want to spend that day with, what I do is I will go to there's this place in Otako
Yeah.
where they eat fish. I will
Okay.
go. Then when I finish from there, I will go to beer barn. You know beer
Hmm.
barn. I
Oh,
will
yeah.
go. I will go sit down there with my friend. I had one friend there. Have fun. Go
Uh-huh.
back home. Change and go to the club.
Oh, exactly. I mean, that's your day. Women's Day, not Mother's Day, not
Yeah,
women. If you're
women
lucky, to be blessed with a group of friends, I feel people should plan Women's Day as a girls' night out.
out. Yeah,
Go out. If you love food like I do, go to a nice restaurant, order some nice platters, eat, drink, gist, talk about everything, and be happy. And at the end of the day, go home, tipsy, and sleep. You get. If
yeah,
you're a club, you can go to the club, have your fun and go home and sleep. It's just, I don't know. It's not a practice in this
mhm,
part of, but women are beginning to embrace that, which is very lovely to see.
yeah,
But in other parts of the world, women will be buying themselves flowers today. They'll be buying themselves gifts, taking themselves out, going to the spa, and all
yeah.
that, having it with themselves. So I think I would do something for myself today.
You
Mm-hmm.
just even gave me an idea because today what I did was that I woke up. I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to kill. Oh, people are joining. Thank you for coming. When I woke up today, the first thing I did, of course, pray, lay in my bed, and I
Yeah.
had my nice juice, carrot juice. I just juiced a lot of carrot juice. I really like it. Hi, Juliet, you're welcome. Thank you for coming. Please like and please stay to the end because today
And
we're
please
having
share with others so we
Happy
can.
Women's Day and please share with others. Today is a nice day. Juliet, thank you so much for joining. Juliet is also a woman advocate. I mean, there was some topic we raised and she was live. She talked about bullying children.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, she was good with it because she has a daughter.
awesome.
Yeah, I think her daughter is below 5 years. I don't know her exact age, but her daughter is below. Beautiful. Like, you want to steal her. So, when I woke up, I had like plenty of it. I gave to my partner and I had some. It was so nice. And I told myself, Mercy, you're beautiful. Because I'm like, I'm not going to wait for my hair to be done. I'm just going to start. I started looking for a wig I've not worn in a very long time. I just saw
Yeah,
this one, like, this one should go. Oh, yeah, Mercy. Hey, International Women's Day.
of course.
So yeah, I think you should celebrate yourself once a while. So let's jump right into why we are here.
Hmm.
What is a soul tile? Please share with people to join. What is
Yeah,
a soul tile? Because
so,
yeah,
because we're going to have a very intense session today.
yes, Happy International Women's Day.
Juliet. Okay, so we'll start by soul ties. According to Google,
Mhm.
soul ties is an underlying intense
Mm,
emotional and spiritual bonding
mm,
to another. So people in this generation, it's becoming business as usual for people to indulge in sexual acts
mm.
without being. In fact, some people sleep with people and they don't even know the person's real name, not to talk of their surname.
True.
You understand? And then I have also noticed a pattern in the generation, our generation and the one after us, where people don't bond physically and intellectually and spiritually first. They start bonding sexually, which now complicates things. So you ask someone, are you in a relationship? No, I'm in a situationship. What is that? We only know relationship and marriage.
Hmm.
We don't know situationship. We don't know complicated relationship. We don't know all of that. We humans created it because we didn't follow due process. You understand? Now, everybody you sleep with or everybody we have random sex with has a spirit.
Hmm.
Could either be good or bad. It's either an angel or a demon. Now, when you sleep with that person and you get connected
Hi,
to that,
Oluchi. You're welcome. As you come, like and
Mhm.
share and stay till the end. You will learn one or two. Thank you, my friend, for coming. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
When you sleep with someone, right, and you now start getting emotionally attached to this person, you have not understood this person's spirit yet, nor their process, nor where they are heading to, their belief, their upbringing, nothing about them. Well, you rush into getting emotionally attached to them before understanding the other things. You start having a soul tie with them.
Hmm.
You understand? Because now your soul yearns for that person because the sex was great. Oh, he takes care of me. Oh, he gives me money. So because of that, you exchange sex for whatever benefits you're getting. You understand? And you become bonded. Now, leaving that person will be hard. That's why you see so many people stay in abusive relationships.
Hmm.
If you check it deeper, you see that they have soul ties with that person. Because soul tie is something you're familiar with. You don't want to leave what you're familiar with to go and meet what you don't know.
Don't
They
know.
said, the saying that says the devil you know is better than the angel you
Angel,
don't
you don't know.
lie. It's we humans that have brought, those we do things that we make up rules and regulations that favors us. So because we don't want to go in search of what we actually deserve, we intend to we make ourselves stay in situations where we know that this is damaging to us as a person.
Hmm.
You understand? So when you have a soul tie with someone, it's almost impossible to break up with that person. That's why you see people who break up 3 months back, 3 months after they are back together, 2 years after they find themselves back together. They have kids, go their separate ways. I hate him, I hate her, I don't want to see him again. The next thing, they are back together, have sex, have another child. Again, fight again, separate again. So until you understand that you have given someone a part of you that you need to take back by force. Because breaking a soul tie is not an easy job. It's not something you do in a day.
Hmm.
So until you're able to break free and stay on your own without actually desiring that person or feeling like you lost out with that person, that's when you know that you're free from whatever soul tie. And you see that people have 5, 10, 2, 15 soul ties and they don't even know. They keep going back to their ex. I saw a story, I think it was early this week or over the weekend, how a lady that was supposed to get married on Saturday went to her ex's house on Friday and slept over, made love to him. And when she was caught, she said she went to invite him for her wedding. Does that even make sense? So that's to show you that a soul tie will make you can't even reason properly. You do things out of compulsion and you don't sit down to think about the aftermath or after effect of whatever decision you're making at that time.
That time.
Yeah. So That's a little I can shed light on to
Yeah.
make us understand.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, okay, before, maybe we should just talk about how do you break a soul tie? If you're tied like sexually with somebody, how do you break a soul tie? Like you pointed out, I said this in one of my videos that a lot of people think they're in love, but they are digmatized. Some people might are postmatized. They
Yeah.
don't just know it yet. They just feel he punches me, I stay. You are being digmatized. I know
That.
that. Well, we'll come to the spiritual aspect. We
Yeah.
talked about her. So we'll come to the spiritual aspect on why. Hi, Mercy. Thank you for joining. I love you. Please like and share and stay to the end. Don't move. Don't change the dial. So, what was I saying? Okay, so you see people, they just say, I love he's the love of my life. He stayed there and they're punching you, they're killing you. It
Yeah.
also has we'll talk about the spiritual aspect. I know that some has the spiritual backing of some
Yeah.
satanic things,
Yeah.
where people will just change and they just started acting abnormally, because this is never normal for a man
Yeah.
to lay his hands on you. Is it
On
that the man is mad or there's something wrong with him, or he's spiritually controlled? So you
Mhm.
need to know which line he falls into. If he's an alcoholic, or even some alcoholic, they know how to hold their hands. So you need
Exactly.
to know which category he falls into. Is it the default into being manipulated? Is it manipulation by the
Mhm.
enemy? If he's
Yeah.
manipulated by the enemy, then you have a job as a woman to fight it to the last. But then if you know this one is not manipulation, it is his character. He is a woman beater.
Yeah.
Then you deal with it accordingly. So how do you break a soul tie? It can also be a girl. It can also be a girl to a girl, like a lesbian. No judgment here. In case you're a lesbian, no judgment.
Any
It
soul tie
a soul.
does not
Yeah.
necessarily have. It's not gender specific.
So it's possible that, okay, because I have, let's say I have a jealous partner, a girl, and who sees me with another boy and feel, why is she with another boy? Why is she with a boy? I thought we're gonna die together. And all of a sudden tries to kill the boy so that I will, God forbid, never.
God forbid.
So the girl cannot be, the two of them cannot be together. So how do you break a soul tie?
Okay, so it's a very difficult to break. Like I said, it's one of the most difficult things to break. It's just like, okay, say for instance, let me dive a bit into the spiritual aspect. If you have a spirit husband or a spirit wife, you did not go to look for a spirit husband or a spirit wife. Do you understand? These things happen due to, it could be probably sin, which
Mm,
is a major family. You understand? Maybe your ancestors did something that you didn't know and you've inherited, those kind of stuff.
mm-hmm,
Breaking it can never be easy because the more you try to get out of it, the more it pulls you in.
mm,
You understand? Soul tie has that kind of effect on people. The more you try to pull out, the more it drags you in. Because it's not what the eyes can see. Anything that has to do with the nervous system, the psychology of human, is very hard to break free. You understand?
yeah.
So when you're soul tie, your brain has already functioned in a way that, because when you are with this person and you make love with this person, whether girl, man, boy, animal,
Mm,
you release some kind of chemicals in your brain
mm.
that accepts this person and absorbs this person into you.
Whoa.
Because at that point, at your happiest.
Hi, Apostle Priscilla, Divine Relationship. Oh, you need
So
to meet her.
okay, at that point you're at your happiest. And when you're at your happiest, you release some kind of chemicals that your brain just gets addicted to that person immediately.
Hmm.
Breaking an addiction is hard, which if you've
Yeah.
ever smoked or drank or involved yourself in any form of addiction, you know how hard it is to break free from addiction. So a soul tie is, to me, to my own understanding, is basically like an addiction, but not a conscious addiction. This is a subconscious addiction because it's not now you that is in control. It's your brain, it's the chemicals in your body, it's your reproductive system, getting addicted to this person, like you said, stigmatized or whatever, you know. So breaking it is number one, you accepting the fact that you have a soul tie with that person.
Hmm.
Like I used to tell people, you can't do anything as like, but if you want to really achieve something effective, you document it. So I tell people when I'm counseling, the first thing I tell people after I listen to them rant and talk and cry, and get a piece of paper, write down the things that, I mean, in that situation, what are the things that is making you cry bitterly like this? Do you understand? Write it down on one side of the paper. On the other side, what are the things that makes you happy in this situation? Write it down on this aspect. Now, if the bad ones outweighs the happy ones, that means you need to let it go. But if the good ones outweighs the bad, then you are the problem and you need to fix it. You understand? Rather than cry and rant, find out where you are getting it wrong and correct it. So this is the same thing I when I counsel, single parents and young girls who I feel have a soul tie with because they're always ranting about their ex, baby daddy doing this, their ex is doing that. No problem. This is your ex. It was good while it lasted, right? Now write the things that you admire about this person, the things he has done that made you feel like if it's not this man or woman, I would die. Write it down. On this other hand, write out the things that you know that they don't do right. Does he beat you? Does he cheat? Does she talk to you anyhow? Is there disrespect in the relationship? Does he take care of you? Does she cook food for you? Do you understand?
Hmm.
Just write everything, the do's and the don'ts. Then where are the options? Like in soul ties, if you write down what benefits you've gained from this person, sexually, emotionally, spiritually, financially, which is also important, everything. And the ones that you feel you deserve but you were not given, that will make you see that first step is this person does not deserve me.
Hmm.
And it's whatever you think, whatever your mind says, that's what your brain picks up. You understand? People say we're not in control of our brain. We are. You are not in control of your mind, but you can put your mind on a path
To
where you want.
align.
Yeah. So when you start thinking and your body starts reacting to this person in a way that it makes you feel that I made the wrong choice. I deserve better. I should be with somebody who does these things for me, not someone who does these things for me. You understand? I feel there's someone out there for me that will appreciate me, that would love me, that would, not take my the sexual aspect of me for granted.
Yeah.
You know, talk to me anyhow in front of people, not do this, not do that. By the time you weigh all those options, you see that that person didn't deserve you.
Hmm.
Now that's the best condition to releasing yourself from soul ties.
Okay.
By the time you come to that realization, then you now start feeling that this person didn't even deserve me sleeping with them. They didn't deserve my body. I was I was carried away and I need to take my power back. You understand? The moment you start thinking that way, pulling yourself out little by little, little by little. And don't forget, prayer is the key. In as much as I don't want to touch the spiritual aspect, but the spiritual controls the
The
physical.
physical. Well, coming to the spiritual aspects, I just want us
Yes,
to like get the base, like
yes,
a foundation.
yes. So once your psychology, is comes to the term that this person shouldn't have this with me or this part of me or shouldn't have this much effect on me, then you start releasing yourself. Before you know it, you find out that that person was just a mere human and means nothing to you. You understand? So that's how to release yourself psychologically.
Okay.
And
From a soul tie.
yes.
Okay. So, we talked about SOTA, which we've delved on. I don't know if there's anything you want to say, but in this next question, maybe you just chip it in. So, releasing yourself from a SOTA, which we talked about. Now, how do you? Okay, so we established the fact that last week that sometimes when like you talked about your mom being a single parent and you being a single parent and you had to pray that spirit out of your child.
Yeah.
So how does it work spiritually? Because the topic is soul slash spiritual effect of single parenting. So
Yeah.
what is the spiritual effect of single parenting, and how can you break it? Now we're getting to the spiritual aspects. So how can you break that pattern of
Mhm.
single parenting?
Okay, so same thing as soul tie, and same thing as every life principle. You first um, overcome things in your mind before you put in action. When once your mind, your spirit, your soul, your body accepts that fact, then it will be easier for you to put it into practice and overcome, right?
Yeah.
The spiritual aspect of single parenting is as a single parent or as a child raised by a single parent. If you feel that single parenting is business as usual, then there is a spiritual implication to that, which means you're either under a siege
Hmm.
or there's a yoke of disappointment, single parenting, and extramarital affairs in your household. So you cannot say that a normal human being who is just enjoying her life and gallivanting, a guy who is just out there to have fun, will sit down and have that kind of deep thought. You understand? So unless somebody comes to a place where you sit down and look at the pattern in your family, it's just like poverty. It's
Hmm.
just like man. It's just like any kind of negativity that passes through a bloodline. If you don't sit down and think about it, like why did this happen to this person? How come this person too experienced the same thing? Why is it that anytime any of my uncles from my mother's side gets to a breaking point, like a breakthrough point, they fall and it's hard to stand up? Why is it that my daddy, his family, everybody, every first child is a drunkard, and now I'm tilting towards drink? Do you get? So unless you notice that pattern, you will never understand what is going on spiritually.
Spiritually.
But the moment you start, you know, these things most times are revealed by the Holy Spirit. You understand? Or maybe you're a churchgoer and probably you get prophesied to, or your pastor just has an interest in you and wants to help you out. Because I believe that salvation is personal.
Hmm.
The Bible talks about your salvation with fear and trembling. I cannot depend on my pastor to come and break family
Yes.
curse. Do you understand? I have to be able to find out what it is first, then take it to my pastor as my spiritual father and be like, this is what I've noticed too. Is there a way you can help me, encourage me in prayer or agree with me in prayer for us to break this? Spiritual aspect of single parenting is beyond us just going to have sex. Everybody has sex. Why is it that is your own? You went once and you became a single mother. Do you understand?
Yes.
That contraceptive refused to work. Why is it that is your own? You've done abortion 5 times. The baby will hide somewhere and say, lie, lie, I'm not going
And
anywhere.
the baby will come out with the thing.
Thank you. So you see, most things is beyond the physical eyes. If it was written in your destiny, I don't believe that destinies cannot be changed. I don't
Mm.
believe you have the power to determine how you want your life to look like, unless you haven't come to the realization of how powerful you are.
Hmm.
So imagine that I had known what I knew before I turned 15. Of course, I will be extremely careful on anything that has to do with boys. Whether you're my childhood friend or not, I'll make sure I don't stay in a secluded area with you because I am conscious that if I do anything, I will end up pregnant. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, okay, I did that in the flesh and decided. And then the devil still says, oh, you know, they go anywhere, you must born. You understand? That's how you'll be there. You either be drugged, or you fall asleep somewhere in his room and he rapes you, or armed robbers will break into your house and rape you. It could come in any form. So that's why it's very important that you notice the patterns in your life and start praying against it as early as possible. Every single parent going through something has a spiritual um, thing they're fighting, which they either know or they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's either your family is known to be, I mean, not yours, but whoever's family is known to have divorcees, or they are known to to lose their wives or husbands at an early age. You know, there's always a pattern. There's always a pattern. So I feel like we all need to really be accountable and look at our lives, our families, ask questions. You can't say because you're now living in America, you don't have business with Nigeria. It will find you and come there. Do you understand? But so when you ask questions from the elders of the family, you look at the lives of the people that are older than you will pick one or two patterns that you know that I don't want this to transfer to me, to transfer to other generations that will be coming through me. You can be the one to break that pattern. I chose to be the one to break the pattern in my family. I could have said, okay, let me live with my sister, I'll do it. Or what's my business? After all, I've given birth to my own. Every other person can do it.
Every
But
malam with his kettle.
yeah, so somebody has to, stand in that gap, and that person has to be either I or you. So it's just that.
So what? Okay. Now single parenting, I'm still like questioning. You know, there are
Yeah,
people who are like in their 50s. You know, or
yeah.
late 40s, and say that, oh no, getting late is becoming late for me. I don't want to not have children. What would you advise? Like people who have frozen their eggs and they know that, okay, time, or is no longer on their side, they want to have children. Do you advise them to go right ahead? What's the implication of bringing such children to the world, without having a father, and just go to sperm bank? Is it sperm bank they call it? And just do IVF thing and back 'em
Mhm.
and babies. So what would you advise them then?
Okay, I've been there before, right? 3 years ago, I really I was tired of the whole marriage thing because you have to date, get your heart broken. Sorry, date again, get your heart broken until you find a husband. And I'm like, why do I have to kiss 1,000 frogs to be able to find a prince?
Hmm.
Okay, you know what? I'm of age. I've been a mom for 20 something years. I think I'm capable enough to raise other kids because I'm a lover of children. My daughter is grown. Before you know it now, she's out of the house and that's it. So I feel I was telling myself, okay, since I'm not able to get married, I want to have more kids. And I don't want to just pick up somebody and have a child with, because it's worse if you have two toxic parents than it's
Hmm.
one sane parent. So I feel I've been in a situation where I have parented alone, and I've been in a situation where I've parented with a toxic partner, and I'd rather choose to parent alone.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I told myself, yes, I'm a born again Christian. Yeah. Yes, I love hard. Yes, I am sacrificial. I do all the right things that I know a woman should do. So why do I keep meeting this kind of people
People.
that want to force me into a place of hate and bitterness, which I would never get there.
Never.
Yeah, so I prayed about it. And every time I talk to God about, I need more kids, they'll be like, there won't be any answer. So I said, okay, you know what? Since I cannot do this on my own, let me go to a higher power, a higher authority. So I looked for a pastor friend of mine that is like really well traveled, you know. Yay!
Thank you. Unstoppable on point. Thank you, Luchi.
I looked for a pastor friend of mine that I knew is not a judgmental man.
Mhm.
He's very well read, well traveled, and all that. So I told him, I said, I want to have a one-on-one counseling session with you. And he said, okay, we picked a date. And he thought I was going to talk about relationships and blah blah drama because I used to bother him a lot. So he was like, Valerie, who broke your heart again this time? I'm like, nobody broke my heart. You know, you get that kind of power. But there's something I've been trying to reason. He said, what is it? No, you're very controversial. What is it this time? I said, I want to have kids. Do you have a man? I said, I don't intend to have a man. So what do
Okay,
you say?
from bank.
I said, I want to go through IVF and I want a set of twins. He looked at me and said, Madam, sometimes you
Mental.
he was not, we laughed. Like, I said, no, sir, I'm not saying that there's nothing God cannot do, right? But will I be able to trust God at 50 to make me conceive when I know that at 30, 32, 35, I could have had children to my own satisfaction because my body's still able to produce children. Because I don't see me in life, I love practical faith. I don't just like to be ignorant and say, oh, yes, the reason God gave these people the idea and the knowledge to be able to form a human and put in another human is because He knew that some people, because of the um, world structure, might not be able to have children the right way. That's my own opinion.
Opinion.
I'm not saying it's proven or whatever. That's my own opinion and conviction. Do you get? And I stand to be correct. So I told him, I said, if I have children through IVF, am I actually sinning against God?
Hmm.
That's the only thing I want to know in life. Everything I want to do, I want to know, does this please God?
Hmm.
When once it pleases God, I don't care about any other person. I don't give a damn about anybody. So I told him, and he was silent for a while. He said, every time I pray for you, I see you in a very beautiful home.
Oh.
It hasn't happened yet, doesn't mean it will never happen. I'm like, okay, when is it going to happen? When I'm 80, like Sarah? So he's like, come on now, let's be serious. I'm saying, no, but I'm serious. I grew up as a child knowing that I want a happy family. I want to be a mother. I want to be a wife. Then I became a single mother. And I'm like, what's the law now? It's gone.
What
Oh,
I do wrong? God, what
exactly.
did I do wrong?
Exactly. So I said, right now, I don't have faith in marriage anymore, but I have faith in me being a good mother. And I know that God is pleased with me, how I have raised the ones He put in my hands. So I am not going to bring children to come and rely on other people to train them. I am ready to train them. You understand? And he said, it's not a sin
Mhm.
for you to desire kids. Neither is it a sin. I mean, that's the first pastor that has told me the truth as it is. Neither is it a sin for you to do IVF and have other children, right? But it is a disruption of God's plan for you.
Mm.
Because for you are for good and not for evil. He didn't bring you to this world for you to be responsible for yourself. He brought you so that you can rely on Him, so He can be responsible for you and give you all that pertains to life.
Godliness.
And I sat down like this, tears ran down my eyes. I said,
Like
sir,
I don't know what this did to me. Just like just
put it in
oh,
a way that I felt guilty or felt judged or felt nasty about my decisions. But he put it in a way that God's love supersedes all these things you're thinking of. You understand? His love for you, if he could give you the world, he would. But you have to trust him enough to be able to handle whatever he puts in your hand. And at that time, of course, I was messed up emotionally. So I hated anything that had to do with relationship. I beg, I don't want to again.
yes, mercy.
Yeah, glory to God, mercy. So it changed the way I thought about being a single parent.
Hmm.
Now, not everybody would have that opportunity to seek a wise counsel before deciding that I want to go through and be a single parent by myself. I've seen a lot of women now, single mothers, happily raising their children, but in their closet, they wish for a father. No matter how you think single parenting is sexy, it's beautiful, it's nice, you need a father.
Big go.
Yes, you need a father figure. You get so when I had that encounter with him, Pastor Jerry, he was like, this man, he is going to be in my life for the rest of my life. Do you understand? Because he didn't just speak to me as a pastor, he spoke to me as a friend. Do you understand? He said it's not a sin. I've never
What's
seen it in the
Pastor Jerry? Is he an SPPD?
no, no. So he didn't. He told me I don't see it in the Bible where God said don't have children. He said go into the world and multiply. How you
Multiply.
choose your business? You get. But you need to know His will for you so that you can walk in alignment of His will. What if you now bring those other children to the world? This too, He permitted it. But what if you now bring the others? And then the man He has for you has the mindset that, oh, I'm expecting a daughter. I'm expecting two daughters. I'm expecting a son. I'm expecting two sons. I'm expecting a daughter and a son. I'm expecting a set of twins. And then he comes and he sees a house littered with children. You on your own, you've disrupted God's plan for you. Do you understand? Because you'll be like, he'll be overwhelmed.
Hmm.
Can't stand more than one or two. And you already have five because you were impatient. And that's sunk in. So when I see people who are so eager to become single parents, I always tell them my experience and that story and let them make their decision. Everybody desires to be a parent. But then, are you really called to be a parent?
Hmm.
Or is it the whole world, everyone has children, everyone in your circle has children,
I want to.
you're, everybody has a child, or you're afraid that at old age nobody will take care of you, so you want to give birth now and raise them. But you forget that if God can take care of the birds of the air, He will not desert you at old age. If the plan for you was for you to be a mother and call, what if the plan was for you to raise people, raise generation of world changers who will now take care of you at old age? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So all of us have, as our faces are different, so are the purpose of us being on this earth. But until you understand that purpose, you keep going from pillar to post. You get so yeah. I want everybody to be a parent. It's lovely to see your children, running around, doing good. Bring that remote for me. Go and fetch me what food for me. It's lovely. It's amazing. In fact, sometimes when I see people who struggle with barrenness, it breaks my heart because I imagine myself, what if I didn't have this, my daughter? How would my life have been? You understand? So I put them in my shoes. But then I'm not God. I can only desire for them to have. You understand? But I cannot give it to them because I'm not God. I'm not going to dash somebody my daughter now because I'm feeling sorry for them.
Really
You
sorry for
understand?
them. Yeah.
So I would advise any person trying to be a single parent or wishing to be or desiring to be to first of all find out If you're not a Christian, you'll be a Muslim. If you're not a Muslim, you'll be a Hindu. If you're not, you must have a
Something.
source that you can go to.
Yeah.
Go to that source and find out if this path you're about to tow is going to be
The right
beneficial.
one.
It's not just today, it's for the future.
Yeah.
Is
You
I help
that.
her.
Yeah, true. But okay, so what, like, there are a lot of damaged people. Like, I've seen grown adults that are damaged, you
Exactly.
know.
There are a lot.
So 80% of damaged people were damaged because damaged people damage
Damage
people. So
that
they were maybe brought up by damaged parents. So how do
yeah,
you address that? Because for me, I still feel like if I am to have a one-on-one with you, I'm going to
yeah,
cry.
yes, of
There might
course.
be thousands of things in my mind. It's not they might. There are thousands of things in my mind I really want to address. There are
Yeah.
people that have been, how will I call them? They've played the role of a devil,
Hmm.
and I'm asking myself, how in God's name, how do you think? What? How damaged can you be to be this devil? Do you
Exactly.
understand? So how do you address adults, like, grown up adults, how to deal with emotions that has so powerful? God bless you for
Thank
sharing it. Thank you, Mercy.
you.
So how do you let's say you want to talk to an adult that is damaged. How do
Yeah,
you undamage them? What would you say? People that was brought up by parents who will yell at them, go and
yeah.
die. Be some parents can curse.
Mm.
They might not curse you, but the people around them that they are cursing is affecting the children mentally, and they don't know that they are damaging the children because the people you are cursing, they are cursing your children back.
Mhm.
You don't know that those little things, just little whatever. So
Yeah.
if it were to be therapy, what would you say? What would you
Advice. Yeah.
advise?
So, being damaged and staying damaged are two different things.
Hmm.
And be damaged emotionally.
Oh my God. Is that network or someone is trying to call you? Obviously, someone is trying to call her. Not right now, people. Guys, if Yeah, I know. If you have a question, please drop it. We are talking about soul tie, and we are also talking about the spiritual effect of single parenting. So if you have a soul tie with somebody, you're looking for how to break. I mean, this is the best time to ask. Ask your questions, and she's more than willing to answer. I know she's already talked about how to break a soul tie. She's already talked about the spiritual effect of single parenting, and well, she's still going to talk deep in the prayers on how she broke out, but we're taking it one step at a time. How she broke out, she's going to talk about it, but you know so come in with your question, and let's attack her with your questions. Meanwhile, happy International Women's Day. Please continue.
Yes. So, talking like I was saying, there's a difference between being damaged and staying damaged.
Damaged.
The fact that I saw my parents fighting each other doesn't mean that it's normal. So long as it didn't make me feel good watching them do that, I should be able to seek help. My daddy used to beat my mommy. Is there a way you can help me so I don't be like my daddy?
Hmm.
Or my mommy curses my daddy out every single day. Is there a way you can help me look at life from the angle of me being a good woman, a good wife? You understand?
Respect.
Good partner. So, like if I had followed the upbringing, in fact, not upbringing because I was raised by my grandmother, so I was raised in love, care, and affection. But I had a mother who still hates me to this day for no reason. and I love her to death. I used to tell people any day she comes to her senses and says, I am sorry, I'll embrace her. I have
Oh.
her. Do you understand? But for some reason, she is fighting an innocent child you brought to this world. Your child comes to visit you on holiday. She has not seen you in years, and the family says, okay, you know what? Since your mother is now married and settled, go and visit her.
Hmm.
Your child comes into your home after being in a 13 years old child in a night bus alone for the whole night, lands at your place, stays at the park for 4 hours before she was picked up, comes to your house, and the first thing you're asking her is, what are you looking for here? You think we print money here? That's good money that you tell a child you have not seen for years. Next thing you're like, me and my husband will not waste money on your education. I know it's school fees you want to come and collect. After all, you are not going to be worth anything to me. That's the good money you tell your child that you've not seen in years. And you're telling her to go and drop her bag, get into the bathroom, your children's bathroom. There are clothes there. She should wash them before you come back.
Don't tell me that was you.
No water, no good morning. How was your trip? What did you bring? What did your grandmother send you to bring? Nothing. So being in that environment constantly would have damaged me. Just would have put
Yeah.
me in a better place, in a very low place. But at an early age, I knew where I was going to because I had a grandmother that would say otherwise. So this woman I don't know would come for 1 week, tell me rubbish. And I am with somebody who I am with, I sleep with, I wake up with, and she tells me positive things. You understand? I didn't choose to be here. I chose this path because this path made me feel better. It made me feel good. It made me feel worthy. It made me feel like I can be anything.
Hmm.
Do you understand? But it would have been easy for me to say, this is my mother, this is my grandmother, and whatever my mother says is true, or whatever curse she's laying on me is true. And I would have stayed there. And today I wouldn't have been Valerie Effik that you're interviewing. I would have been one bitter woman somewhere, hating on everybody, causing havoc, transferring aggression. You understand? So I'm trying to show you the situation where you can either be damaged and stay damaged, or be damaged and seek help. I've gone through a series of therapy while growing up when I knew what therapy was. Not now that therapy is super expensive. Back then, it was a bit affordable. You could go for therapy for a month for 30,000. You understand? So I started going on therapy, both Christian and normal therapy sessions. And I developed myself. I would practice speaking to myself kindly, and I would project that love I feel for myself on my child. I used to tell my people say, you're such a good mother, you're such a kind mother. I said, yes, because I know what it feels to have a mother who didn't care about you, whether you lived or died. So I could not be that kind of mother to my child. Meanwhile, there are people who would have chosen to be 2 times worse than their
Yeah.
mothers.
Yeah.
After all, my do this. After all, my mother did not take care of me. After all, she abandoned me. After all, she did not send me to school. So why should I send you to school? Why should I live my life for you?
Why should
Why
I
should
care?
exactly? So it's a decision. Anybody you see that is an adult that is damaged and stayed damaged is a decision.
Hmm.
The Bible says this is life and this is death. You have the power to choose, but I urge you to choose life. God will not force anything on you, whether it is change, whether it is self development, whether it is emotional development, anything. God won't force it on you. You can only send people your way to throw light and help you. Now it's left for you to either accept it or decide to stay where you are. So the advice I'll have for people who are going through, I know it's not easy, right? Me, I'm just saying it now because I've overcome it, so it's easy to talk about and laugh about.
Easy,
It's
yeah, yeah.
the road. Up till this day, my mother has nothing good to say about me, despite me struggling and getting the life I desired by myself. If you go now and tell her, your daughter is successful, she's a this, she's a that, I beg you. Now she be first person we go to am. So she doesn't have anything good to say. And I found out that, like you said, hurt people hurt people. I don't know what her experience was because she never shared with me, so I can't even help her. But I pray every day for her. I'm like, God, this joy, this peace, this love,
Oh, you have
all the
given me.
yeah I have. I wish this woman can have a bit of it. Her life will be better. You understand? I don't pray and say, hey, God, you see, oh, she did abandon me, or she's still there, oh, punish her. This. No. If God punishes her, it will affect me. It will affect me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You know, my mother doesn't know what my daughter looks like. But my daughter is turning 22.
Whoa.
Yes, that's how bad it is. But I have never one day sat down to talk ill about her. That's why she's saying, hey, I go about gossiping about her, this one, that one. I said, where? With who? With I mind my business. Do you understand?
Hmm.
So I tell her, I tell my uncle, I say, if I wanted to follow what your sister did, or I would never be in a position where I would ever even forgive anybody in my life.
True. True.
Everything she does on everybody. Do you
Hmm.
understand? But I
Hmm.
see her as just an individual who needs God's help. And I pray for her. That's what I owe her right now. You understand?
Yes.
And know that one day there's nothing God cannot do. There's nothing. It will take time, oh, but one day God will bring her to her knees. You understand?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's the same thing that applies to every other person passing through whatever. Yes, you were raped. Yes, you were beaten and yes, you were emotionally and physically abused. Yes, you were this. But look at yourself. You're staying in that energy. Does it make you feel good? It wouldn't. But how about you make a decision today and say, I want to move to the other side, to the side of light, to the
Hmm.
side of joy, peace. You understand? To the side of positive thinking, positive living, and see if your life will not take a U-turn. I would never encourage anybody to hold strongly to any ill or any, negativity. I would never, because I didn't do it. So why would I tell you, yes, hate her, show her? After all, when she was doing it to you, me, did
Pepper
I
her.
pepper her? Did I pepper anybody? Do you understand? So it's more liberating for you if you change. And somebody sees that you're a child from a broken home, but you're very, very kind hearted, you're very, very principled, you're very, very successful. You understand?
Yeah.
But you saying, oh, because I'm a child from a broken home, waiting concern me. If relationship like me, break. If marriage like it should scatter, not my
Scatter.
business. You're still living in that energy. And it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
Wow.
I hope to at least answer your question
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah. So before you go, I'm gonna ask you this, all right? What about what prayers did you pray? Because we talked about how you see this words these days. Sometimes I wonder when God is coming. I'm not joking with you. I wonder when God is coming because the wickedness of men is out of this world. If you have not experienced any wicked person around you, meaning, what shall
not
we? So, so what prayers do you pray as a single mom when you are trying to break this pattern? What prayer did you pray? What Bible scriptures did you use in breaking? Because I feel it's a curse.
yeah,
I feel it's a
yeah.
curse. It might just be that mm, God forbid, because my mother was a single parent, or let me say, I'm trying not to use myself. Let me say a person is a single parent, and the person goes and say, eh, because I raised you people, none of you should get married,
Yeah, that kind of thing.
so
And
that you people can take care of me.
some parents do that.
And that cost roll like a ball. It just keep
Yes,
going. And
yes.
some it might be the sin that the mother has done. It might just be
Mhm.
that the mother has done something, stupid to somebody who just, did not even say a word.
Yes,
The person don't need to say a word. Hurting somebody, hurting or planning to hurt somebody is already a curse on its own.
exactly.
Someone who is innocent has done nothing to you is already a curse on its own. So imagine this person is just there, and it just, and God forbid the child is born into that kind of
Yeah,
situation.
yes,
Until you pray your way out. So what kind of prayer do you pray, and what kind of scriptures? There must be a scripture you hold so dearly. So please, I want you to expatiate on the spiritual. Dealing with single parents is the spiritual way.
yes. Okay, so I realized early in life. I mean, I found Jesus early. So because of that, I became a bit sensitive spiritually.
Hmm.
So one day I was just thinking to myself, why is it that I actually didn't never plan to be a single mother, but here I am being a single mother. I think at that time my daughter was just about 4. She was just about, and I told myself, I said, I have seen what this has done to the people I know and to me. And I would never want this child or the ones to come, or the ones she will have, or the ones her children will have to go through this process. So,
Hmm.
what can I do? So, I started praying. I started praying. I started praying. And then I met a man of God one time. And because the thing is, when prophecies are given to you,
Hmm.
you can either accept it or reject it instantly. So we went to a church, and this, if you're from Akwa Ibom, you know that most of the churches are prophecy churches. When once you go, they'll bring you out. Oh, this one, that one, this one. So the man said that the thing that happened to my mother and happened to me will happen to my daughter.
Fire.
I stood in front of the church and I told him I
This will
reject
never
Jesus.
happen.
He said, "No, this one is not." I said, "Sir, I
I
reject.
shall reject it. What are you talking
You
about?
reject something by force on me." I said, "It will not happen." He said, "Well, he has declared." He said, "I said that's not the word of the Lord, because the gift of God maketh rich and adds no sorrow." I left. I left the church. So the lady that took me to the church, she came and she was like, everybody in church said I'm insolent, I'm this and that. So that day I made up my mind. I said, I will pray for my child every day because I believe in the power of prayers.
Hmm.
Even if I want to buy this Bible now, I'll pray about it. I'm that invested. You understand?
Hmm.
I have a small wound now. I'll pray about it. Ah, God, I beg, can you just heal this wound for me? Do you understand? Like yesterday, my friend told me his puppies were sick and they are throwing up, blah blah. It's normal dog sickness for puppies.
The truth,
But
yes.
the person I am, I'm like, can you just pray for the dog? He's like, you don't start to. I said no, because that's what I believe. I believe that if you lay hands on those dogs and
They
pray
will
for them,
heal.
the medications will work, and you won't have to lose, almost 8 puppies that you've spent so much to,
It's
to
not,
raise.
it's not cheaper.
Exactly. So I started praying, and I said, okay. I think I wasn't even up to 20. So I would every 12 midnights take anointing oil on my hands, put on her forehead. She's sleeping, and I'm praying. Then I didn't know how to pray in tongues, so I was just praying normal prayer. I would declare, I said, God, whatever my mother had to go through, her mother had to go through, and I had to go through, I take the blame. Do you understand?
Hmm.
I take everything. that is supposed to be passed on to my generation. And I declare that it stops with me.
Me.
I break that yoke. I put that demarcation between these people and this generation. Do you understand? And it will never happen. So my daughter will be wondering, this woman, what is it? She'll wake up in the morning, she'll see anointing oil.
Oil.
Mommy again, mommy again. Do you understand? So she would always laugh over it that my mother is prayer warrior. 12 midnight, she'll not sleep. So I had to sit her down, and because they said there's power in agreement. I said, I'm praying for you so that you don't become a single mother at 16. Because everything that you will become a single mother at 16, as all of us. But I want to prove to them that somebody has to stand up and stop certain things. So I told her, I said, you turn 16, you turn 20, and you still be a virgin. Say, mommy, in this generation. I said, okay, watch and see.
What she told you?
I said, there's not time you attempt to have sex, you lose taste for that sex and you stand up from that place. Say, is it a curse? I said, no, it's not a curse. It's a command because I have power over you.
They're speaking.
Yes.
I'm your mother.
I have power. I have to speak into your life, and it will only manifest because I have the power over you. We would laugh over it, but me, I've said it. I registered. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so that's how I started praying. Even though I didn't understand what I was doing, I would pray for her every second of the day that I feel led. I would just pray. So there's this scripture that I stumbled upon. I don't know. I think it's in Psalms 180 or so that God talked about I and the children that the Lord has given me.
Oh yeah. Yes.
You understand? Yeah, after signs and wonders. And there's another one I used to use. I can't really remember the scripture, but it says, I and the children that the Lord will serve the Lord. So I would pray those scriptures. I said, God, I don't care what my children, what the devil has projected that they are supposed to grow up into. For me, I am telling you now that gave me the children. Because not mine, they are yours. I am just a caretaker. That this is what I want them to be. I want them to live for you. I want them to be inspired by the Holy Spirit. I want them, no matter where they go in this life, and people try to influence them, let the Holy Spirit always break that, that barrier and enter into their hearts. You get? So I started taking control of their lives. And now, when my daughter does certain things, I feel like, Mommy, I feel like this thing I did was wrong. I just laugh. I feel like I programmed it.
Iron woman.
As I programmed it, she said, I feel like you know everything I do. That she feels like there's nothing she does that I don't know. I'll do spiritual things. Do you get? So when I see single mothers just take it lightly, I'm like, you are warring against principalities and powers that you can't even see. You understand? So the earlier you start speaking life into your children, the better. Yes, you're a divorcee. Yes, you lost your husband at a young age. Yes, your wife died of cancer or whatever 2 years after the marriage. Start speaking into the life of your children. Start breaking those barriers that whatever kills women does not allow women enjoy their marriages. In the life of my daughter, I break that yoke. In the life of my son, I break that yoke that he will enjoy his wife to old age. You understand? It's a season. I mean, parenthood is very interesting because it's like you having a life form in your hand and you being able to decide how you want that life form to be. Whether it turns out well or bad, you should be able to blame yourself that I didn't do a good job as a mother or I failed as a father. You understand? So when I tell people being a parent is more spiritual, buying all the nice things, taking them on vacations, lovely, amazing. But what are you really taking care of their spiritual life? Because when it starts manifesting spiritually, it will find its way to the physical. You understand?
Mm.
So speak on the life of your children. Use what you do not like about your life, about the life of your partner, about the patterns in your family. Use it as a prayer point to speak into the life of your children. Because my prayer point might be different. I can't tell every single mother to or single father to pray that, oh, may my child not become a single parent. Because the way I became a single
Situations are different.
from the way you became yours. So use your own life pattern to break the patterns of your children and set them right. You understand? So that's how I feel single parents should pray about for their children. You know, pray for your children as led by this Holy Spirit, which is very important, and also as seen by the physical eyes based on the whole happenings around you and everything. Yeah. So with
And
that, everybody would be better.
when you were just speaking, you said something that struck me, and I'm like, whoa, whoa. Meaning, the person you make as godfather or godmother to your children is very important.
Yes, it
Because
is.
you just said that I birth you, I
Yeah.
have power to
Oh,
speak.
yes,
So, meaning, if you now, as a parent, you now give power to,
exactly.
you've just handed innocent child over to the devil on a silver platter.
That's it. That's why I don't believe in godparents, godmother, godfather. You will never see any of my child say they have a godmother or godfather. None. Because then I'm sharing the authority. You understand?
Mm.
Mother has the same authority as I have because I have given her the authority to speak whatever she wants, project whatever she wants on my child.
God forbid.
Exactly. So
God
imagine
forbid.
a low key runs girl and you don't know. Or maybe you even know and say, oh, my best friend. You now make her a
Bestie.
godchild. Every time they call, ah, that's your godmother, that's your godmother, that's your godmother.
Ufiakwa.
You understand? Because elements do not recognize whatever. They recognize my husband. I cannot jokingly be calling somebody my husband. That means I
Never. Hmm.
exactly, my wife. You see people playing, my wife, my wife. You're frozen.
I'm frozen.
Yes.
Are you sure? Am I still frozen?
Yeah. Maybe you
Uh,
turn off your camera and put it on again.
uh what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Am I still frozen?
Yes.
Okay, I know what to do.
Maybe you can
No,
continue.
no, no. Is it okay now?
No, it's not.
Okay. Who is trying to call me by this time? Is it
Oh,
okay now? Is it okay now?
no, it's not.
Okay, I know what to do. I'm gonna send something.
Yeah, like I said, we can continue then, you know. Are you there?
Is it okay
Okay.
now?
It's dark now.
How is it now?
Like it's the screen is blank right now.
Okay, it will come up. Oh, I see it's blank.
Hmm.
Why? Holy Ghost fire. Is it better now?
No.
Holy Spirit. Fire. Fire. Hmm. Is it okay now?
No, it's not.
Okay. Let's continue. It's going to sort itself out.
To
Please.
sort. Yeah, so that's what I feel every parent should do. Whether you're single, married, you know, you should be more sensitive spiritually towards your children than you are even to yourself.
Hmm.
Because at the
I,
end of these
hmm.
children's lives are in your hands. So whatever you make out of it is what they become.
True. True. Hi, can you see me now?
Sorry?
Can you see me now? No.
No, I
Uh,
can't.
uh, this weird. This weird. Uh, this has never happened before.
Devil is a liar.
The bastard now. Is that not what he's known for?
Oh my god.
I know. Wait, are you sure it's not from you?
Sorry?
Are you sure it's not from you?
Mm, I don't think.
Uh, because I just used my other phone to check now. Is
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can see
Even
me
mine.
now.
Mine is.
Yes, yours is frozen. Devil is a bastard. Yours is showing black now. Oh dear. Are you there? No. Okay. I know what to do. Let me remove you and come back. Can you see
Hello?
me? Can you see me now? Okay, I think it's from you because I used my phone to check something.
I,
I'm going
I,
to move. I'm going to remove you and bring you back.
mm,
Yeah, I'll remove you and bring you back.
oh,
Oh my god, what's going on? And the guests. Okay, nice. You there? You can see me now?
it's the same thing. I don't know what's
Ah,
wrong.
ah. Hey,
I cannot.
guys, if you can see me, please say something. If you know you're here and you can see me, please say something. Like if it is not frozen, say something, please. If you're here, like you can see me, guys, say something. Like I don't know. I know we're more than how many here. So please just type and say the video is okay.
Say I
You,
can see you.
yeah, just say something, please, guys. Say something. Say something. Ah, ah. Because I'm in my studio
Mm.
and it's not supposed to be like this. Is it like he wants me to go off and come back?
Network can get crazy. I think so. I think that's the best thing to do.
But let me tell you something. If I go off, it
Yeah.
means that this video is I will not put it as part two.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So are you willing to go another 30 minutes or 20 minutes, something, so we can round up?
That's fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
because it doesn't make sense that you can't see me. So let me go off and come back. I'll send you an invite.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.